Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Just an Opinion. Today, I'm going to discuss the unique TV series Second Chance.
If I had a second chance, tell me where would I take it? How different would I make it? I gotta go back.
What makes this show unique? Well, it technically lasted 9 episodes as the premise of Second Chance, and then it was repackaged as the show Boys Will Be Boys, and then ran for an additional 11 episodes. On a personal note, I hadn't actually seen any episodes when the show was Second Chance, but I have very good memories of watching Boys Will Be Boys on Saturday nights along with Freddy's Nightmares. This complete series lasted only 1 season, airing from the fall of 1987 until the spring of 1988. It was broadcast on the fledgling Fox network, which was not quite the powerhouse that it is today.
Good evening and welcome to Fox.
The show features some familiar faces, but it was the launchpad for one actor who would gain stardom after he met a few new friends.
Listen to me.
Stop it. I know what I'm doing. I'm a grown-up person. I'm an adult. And I'm going to tell my mom on you.
The premise of Second Chance was simple. We had the main character, Charles, who unexpectedly died in a car accident. He journeys to the afterlife, where he meets St. Peter, but it's determined he's not quite good enough for heaven, but not deserving of hell either. St. Peter gives him a second chance, taking him back in time to meet his younger self, who went by the nickname Chaz.
Who are you?
Well, don't just stand there, Charles. Say hello to yourself.
The idea is that Charles wasn't exactly an angel.
Well, on this day, you did something that changed your life and also the type of person you became.
I think I remember what you mean.
Well, Charles, now you have a chance to correct that mistake.
So if he can steer Chaz towards living a better life and make better decisions, he'll get into heaven.
Chaz, look, I know, you think I'm crazy, but the truth is something is about to happen to you that I don't want to happen. So if I can stop it from happening, it will never have happened.
You need a nap.
But Chaz is a fun-loving teenager, heavily influenced by his compadre Booch, so this won't be easy.
Booch, this is gonna be the best night of my life.
So let's talk about characters. Charles was played by Keel Martin from Hill Street Blues fame. He was funny and charismatic.
I was a great-looking kid.
That's nice.
His plight on the show was simple, but Charles made the constant mistake of intervening in Chaz's life rather than trying to help him make better decisions.
No gun. No problem.
Ah, but there is a problem. Chaz still thinks guns are cool. You altered the circumstances, but you haven't altered his attitude one little bit.
What are you saying?
I'm saying you screwed up, Sparky.
But it's not to say that he didn't have a positive influence on Chaz here and there.
You know, I keep thinking if I'd gotten drunk tonight, Eddie would have drowned. I'll bet I would have felt bad about that for the rest of my life.
Believe me, you did.
Charles certainly had the presence of a leading man, but there was something with him that didn't quite click on this show in my opinion. St. Peter was played by Joseph Mayer. He was intended to be the comic relief of the show, but I didn't always agree with the laugh track.
I'm on Heaven's softball team, the Halos.
Wow. Who pitches?
Or the Lord, of course. Well, it's his ball.
He served as kind of exposition for the show, but once it changed gears, he was not really a needed component.
Peter, what's going on? Why are we here?
And it has to do with Jane Pfeiffer and the junior prom.
Chaz is inviting her right now. Not now, back then now.
Don't you remember what you did?
No.
Well, at the last minute, you stood up Jane Pfeiffer and took Yvonne DeSalvo.
While Charles was given top billing, the real stars of this series were Chaz and Booch. the former played by none other than Matthew Perry. While he was years away from his breakout role as Chandler Bing, Perry showed that he was destined for greatness in this short-lived series.
Well, I'm just gonna go over to my mom's and, yeah.
On one hand, Chaz was a very level-headed teen, a bit more responsible than his contemporaries, given that he had to help pitch in to help his mom make ends meet.
Sorry, I can't help myself. I'm so proud of you.
Well, I'm crossing a threshold here, becoming a leader, a decision maker, a man. Mom, can you tie this for me?
Oh, yeah.
On the other hand, though, Chaz was very much a typical teenager and very often got himself into trouble.
You left her in here alone with $50,000?
Relax, Booch. I can trust Bambi. She's a simple, innocent girl.
Yeah, so where's our money?
That's right. That tramp!
The money's gone?
It's gone.
It's really gone?
It's really gone.
Oh, man. I can't believe you fell for the old go get me some mayonnaise trick.
Booch was Chaz's best friend, played by William Gallo. He was the proverbial cool character and was kind of like a blend between James Dean and Tony Danza.
You know what I'm going to do with my money? I'm going to go to Italy, to the small village of Lattibucci where my grandfather comes from.
All right, what are you going to do there?
I don't know. Stuff, maybe.
Certain things came easy for Booch, particularly women.
Good news, ladies. The Booch is here.
Booch, when are you going to go out with me?
I told you, I penciled you in for the roller derby on July 21st.
Wow, just 3 more months.
Hey, I'm counting the days, babe.
Oh, me too. Booch, how do you like this lipstick on me?
Yeah, I like it better on me.
While Booch was your quintessential careless, reckless character, deep down, he did have some real pain that he was dealing with.
Why are you taking so many outrageous chances?
I don't know. I was thinking about it on the way home from Hollywood.
And?
And I guess I started taking chances because I felt I didn't deserve to live.
Booch, you gotta stop punishing yourself.
While Chaz and Booch were the driving force of the show, the proverbial third wheel was Eugene. He was played by Damian Slade, who you might recognize from one iconic role.
It's $2. Cash.
Eugene had all the book smarts, but when it came to common sense, his library card was well past expired.
Stop asking questions. Just do whatever I tell you.
Okay.
All right, hit me.
What?
Hit me. Eugene!
He was sincere and looked up to Chaz and Booch, but at many times he was a thorn in their sides, and sometimes even forgettable.
I'm glad you had a good time. Did Eugene enjoy himself?
Eugene! I can't believe we forgot Eugene!
You forgot a whole person?
Hey, what is this?
Rounding out the cast was Chaz's mom Helen, played by Randy Heller, who you might recognize from The Karate Kid. I will honestly say that the two had great chemistry together.
What in the world possessed you to pull such a stupid stunt?
Temporary insanity?
They say insanity is hereditary. You get it from your kids.
She was a single mom, so she was certainly tough.
Who you calling sweet stuff?
Nobody.
Nobody what?
Nobody, ma'am.
That's better.
Sir, I changed my mind. Could I stay here?
But also a sweet and sincere mother figure, not only to Chaz, but also to Booch.
Good night, Mrs. Russell. Thanks for the talk. It's too bad we can't choose our own parents. Because if we could, I'd choose you.
Second Chance had a unique setup and focused on more characters, but the writing was on the wall that Chaz and Booch were the stars. So the powers that be decided mid-season to rebrand the show, focusing on them. The show went on a 2-month hiatus, returning as Boys Will Be Boys. In all honesty, all that really changed was the elimination of Charles and Peter, never mentioned again. But in my opinion, it was a good decision. Boys Will Be Boys in many ways was a standard sitcom of its time, but there were exceptions. I think because the Fox network kind of flew under the radar, it pushed the envelope a little bit as far as sitcoms were concerned. Look at Married with Children. Many episodes focused on Chaz and Booch in pursuit of their amorous desires.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Can we get naked?
And this went a little bit beyond what you would see in a typical 80s sitcom.
You've been with older women. What do you think?
Hey, it's like the poet said. Roses are red, violets are blue. Hey, babe, bingo, bango, bing.
The vibe of the show was mostly silly and good-natured.
Butch, I didn't know you liked camping.
I don't. But I just broke up with Donna Santangelo, and she's got 6 huge brothers in the trucking business. So it's a good weekend to get out of town.
But it did tackle a few important subjects. Surprisingly, these episodes tended to have Booch as the focal character. In one example, we learn about the painful reality that Booch's dad is an alcoholic.
You let go of me!
Pop, I just can't stand to see you like this.
Oh, yeah? Well, nobody says you have to. Just take a hike.
Unfortunately, this episode does not have a happy ending.
Your father went out to get a paper and he was hit by a car.
What?
Is he all right?
I'm sorry, Booch. He's dead.
Another episode had Booch fall in love with a woman who unfortunately had connections to a dangerous gang.
Booch! Choke, come on, get real. It ain't worth it. Just try to hit on me. Just shoot him down when you came in.
Oh, wait a minute, Kyla.
Hey, like I told you, I'm Choke's woman. Why would I want anyone else?
Booch finds himself in a real-life West Side Story situation which has fatal consequences.
Hey, Booch, how was Santa Monica Pier?
We never made it there.
How come?
Kyla got shot.
I'll see you later. Wait, where are you going?
I'm gonna go have a little chit-chat with the serpents. I'm gonna find out which one of those animals did it.
Whoa, time out, Booch. You're gonna face a group of armed gang members alone?
Right.
Wrong, Booch. National Stupid Day is tomorrow.
While the drama was heavy, this episode still inserted its dose of comedy to help the audience catch their breath.
Now what? That's my friend, and you're not gonna mess with him.
Says who?
The night shift of the Lilac Street Zorro burger.
Finally, one episode saw Booch inform that he was the father of a baby from a former girlfriend.
If you two had a romantical tut-tut-tut, couldn't there have been a little accident?
No.
Well, it does look a little like you, Booch.
What? Got no hair, no teeth, no leather.
He adjusts and actually learns to love being a daddy.
What's the matter? You lose your rattle? Hey. There you go, big guy. Hey, that's a cool glove. Just like Daddy's.
Until he learns the terrible truth of where the baby really came from.
Anyone knowing the whereabouts of little Jeffrey Banks is instructed to contact the local police. Enough.
I did it for us, Booch. We can get married and keep the baby. Maybe even have one of our own. It'll be fine. You'll see. We'll be together forever now.
Operator, give me the police.
For a bit of trivia, horror movie fans would see William Gallo and Kathy Podwell reunite in the movie Night of the Demons the same year. Now, I know nothing about this show's ratings or reviews. I'm just freestyling with the notion that I don't think it lasted because people probably didn't know about its existence. Plus, the early Fox network was not available to all home viewers. So the network saw a ton of unique one-season wonders. It really didn't have a dog in the fight until Married with Children and The Simpsons were up and running. But by that time, this show was a distant memory. I do wonder if a second season was planned or not. I highly recommend the show. It's funny and showcased that Matthew Perry was a young star destined for greatness. You can find many episodes on YouTube, but not all of them. In fact, there's still a few episodes I have yet to see. Thank you so much for watching, and please leave a comment. I'll be back soon, but next time I'm going to focus on the short-lived TV series Davis Rules. I hope you check it out.